Hey everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, and you might notice that you can't see me. We're trying something new here, on this video at least. You also notice you don't see the prices as normal. So no face, no prices, just big chart. So let me know if you like this, or you can't stand to possibly watch a video without my awesome face. Let me know in the comments which one you like better. Maybe we'll try a couple of these peppered in every now and again. So Bitcoin on the weekly chart. I wanted to go over kind of some possible scenarios that I could, foresee playing out over the next several weeks to months. And we'll go over like the most bullish, we'll go over maybe the most likely, the most bearish, and kind of just give you some speculation for what could possibly happen as far as what I think. So take that with a grain of salt if you'd wish. Take it with concrete evidence. Not recommended. So let's get right to it without any more blabbering. So what are these two? First of all, what are these two moving averages? I'm glad you asked. These are the 21-week EMA in the yellow, right? Which we need to get above, right? Historically, getting above the 21-week EMA is where your bull runs begin. Or at least, your bullish price action, right? You get real bullish when you get above your 21-week and you start holding it as support. So that would be a huge step. Before that, you might see this orange line. That is our 8-week EMA. So you might notice, well, why the 8-week, Chase? I'm glad you asked again. What do you notice about it? We haven't closed a weekly candle above it since all-time highs, right? Close below, close below, close below, 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 below. You get it, right? Well, look at this candle, right? We've tried several weeks out of the past 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 5, 6 candles. We've made an attempt to try to get above it. Okay, so we will see. We still have, as of recording, 4.5 days until we close this. So let's pay attention. If we start doing things we haven't done since November, then it's probably time to pay attention towards maybe the bulls at least opening an eye. So take with that information what you will. What do we have here? Well, we have support lines, right? So, and then resistance lines up here. So I just color coded them to, just give you some separation and see resistance and support. So what are my possible scenarios? Well, let's get right to it. So option A, let's start with the most bullish, right? So if say we close above the A-week and, we're getting ready to move up, what might that look like over the next handful of weeks to months? Let's get it going. So let's say we close up here and then, a week later, we make an attempt at that 21-week. Maybe we get rejected the first time, come back down, and then we just start, working our way back up here. And we come back down and hold maybe the 8-week or the 21-week would be about right in here, right? And then we kind of bounce off of that, work our way up to these levels. And you might wonder what these lines are. Why did I place them there? Well, those are previous resistance levels or previous support will often flip as resistance the next time you hit them. So that's why you're probably going to hit your head the first time you hit it, and then maybe we blast through and hit our head on the top, the more upper one, then come back and hit it as support, something like that, and then work our way up. And then, the rest is history and all-time highs, sometime late summer. Something like that. Now, I'm not saying the time frames are, exactly accurate, but just to give you a general idea, right? This could be, April right here before we do this, right? This could be next week before we do this, right? So you can move this, left and around. We can, spread it out, tighten it, compact it. Just the general idea for the most bullish scenario, right? We just basically start working our way up and get this kind of long bull formation, which would be super bullish, right? You can see that super bull formation right there, right? That would be a great, most bullish scenario, in my opinion. So let's go look at the next one, maybe the most likely in my book, right? So after this huge fall down, we probably just are going to be a little bit slower to go, but you need to not discount this from happening, right? You don't want to say this is definitely not going to happen. That's not what any professional trader that does this full time would do. You want to always look at both sides of the coin. You don't want to say this is definitely, there's no definites in trading, and certainly not in crypto. So always have a little bit of an open mind on each side. Of course, there's going to be odds, right? What are the odds of this happening? Yeah, you could say that there has maybe a 10% chance of happening, and there's a 90% chance we don't do this. Okay, Sure, go ahead. Do not say 100% and trading ever in the same breath. Okay. So, okay. Option two. And probably the most likely out of the three options I'm going to give you, right? The most bullish, we're going to do the most bearish, and then maybe the most likely. Okay. So this is the most likely. So, in my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. So, maybe we hold here around this level and we just kind of keep consolidating. Or maybe, we hit this and then kind of, come up again and then bounce down to kind of this previous kind of local support around this 36-35 level. And then we just start kind of working our way back up again, just slowly, right? I mean, and again, these time frames are not kind of what I'm focusing on. It's more or less the pattern, and the shift. So this would be a little bit longer play out, than the first one we looked at, right? And probably most likely in my book, at least for now, right? This can change day to day, week to week, but as of right now, this is probably a little bit more sideways for a little bit longer, maybe a dip down, right? Or maybe a little bit lower, maybe these wicks, that's fine, right? You can extend these, maybe something like that even, right? So, and this would probably scare a lot of people, going down to this 35K again, but that wouldn't be anything, out of the ordinary, really, right? We've done it a couple times for 3 different weeks. We've been down in this area. So until we start doing crazy stuff, and we could even do something like this, which, maybe that's part of the more bearish, but I don't think so. I think, something like this could certainly happen. So maybe, one of these scenarios, probably most likely. Do we come this low or do we bottom here, right? I would say one of those two areas is most likely. Bottoming at 30. If we break under and if we close a weekly candle under 36, then yeah, the odds just increase of us going down here. So this kind of 32K, 31K, and we could even have a wick right under that. So don't think that, just because you see prices under here, that means, we're definitely doom and gloom, right? Look at the wicks back in July. We've had this before. So that would be kind of the most likely scenario, something like that. And this little capitulation right here, I think we would kind of need that to really get going. Hopefully in the next handful of weeks even. So we'll see. We'll leave that kind of right there, and then let's do our more bearish scenario for the bears that are watching. It's probably 0 of you. So there's probably only 4 of you watching this anyway. So I appreciate you watching if you have this long. So let's go to more bearish. So we come back down. Looks obviously probably something similar to this to start off with, but instead of hitting a recovery, we hit this, something like down here, and then we hit our head here, and then we start working our way back down here, and then maybe we break this, then hit our head again on this previous support. We flip as resistance, and then we'd have some kind of leg down, and probably pretty dramatic one, right? Because if we lose, macro level support like this. Right, this actually should be green or red, right? Right, support levels. There you go. I know you were worried about that. So that's kind of the most bullish, most likely in the middle, I think, and then the most bearish. So, this would be pretty catastrophic to a lot of people. And this would take probably another 6 months to even recover from this. But, you could potentially get some kind of a V-shaped recovery out of this if we ended up going down here, early summer, and then we probably see something pretty dramatic happen like that. That's certainly on the cards, and just kind of massively kaboom out of there. But we can cross this when we get to it, cross that bridge when we get down. If we get down here, we'll look at different scenarios. But like I said, just for my 5 years being in the market, I think this is probably the most likely scenario. This middle one here, we'll color code it for the winning color right there in the yellow. Most bullish, and we could even color code this one red for bearish. I should have done that. Hindsight's 2020. This looks much better. And then we flip, most bearish, and then a super bullish recovery again, kind of like maybe the pandemic drop or something like that. But I really don't think this is likely unless the I don't know, some kind of a crazy, another black swan event or something like that is probably what it's going to take to do something like this. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. Just give a little bit of a better picture of kind of support areas, resistance areas, maybe some likely scenarios. So What do you think? Option A, B, C, or, D, are we going to 0? That's maybe an option 2. Okay, I'll leave it there. Let's do our crypto fear and greed index. Surprise. We don't even need to cover it until it's out of there. I mean, damn. Quote of the day: try to keep your soul young and quivering right up to old age. Do what makes you happy. Forget the norm and society standards. The happiest people I know live by their own rules. All right, car of the day. Again, another picture I took at the Amelia Concours d'Elegance a couple weeks ago. Not often you see an F1 car at a car show, so pretty impressive here. And there is all this black part. I don't know if it comes across what you're seeing, but all these like darker parts, all pure carbon fiber. This is stunning in person. And this is all carbon in here. Even you can see the axles in here. It's all carbon fiber. Super amazing in person. Not a whole lot of times you see F1 cars in person, but so that was pretty cool. There you go. Front view. Look at these. The aerodynamics of this is just mind blowing. I would love to sit in one of those one day, but all right, I'll leave it at that. We won't ramble too long. Look at this thing in the back. It's like a Italian, zombie car. That's just like custom made. There's a lot of cool stuff at that show. If you ever have a chance to go to a Concours d'Elegance, even if you kind of like cars, I mean, there's just amazing stuff. And you're on a golf course. Both of these on the West Coast and the East Coast are on probably the nicest golf courses you'll ever see. I mean, look at the grass. They just park the $1 million cars on the golf course, and you just get to walk around and, bump elbows with billionaires and stuff. Pretty cool. All right, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you on the next video. Hope to help you. For the 4 of you that continue to try to learn and educate yourself, I applaud you.